Hi guys! So I am here today at Aloria Skincare with Yvonne. I feel like I should have introduced like the famous Yvonne. Yes, she's become famous because she is an incredible microblader. If you don't know what microblading is, your mind is about to be blown. Actually, Lynette, who is filming right now, is the one that really turned me on, not only to all of this, but to you. And I'm so excited to be in your care today. It's gonna be amazing.
Yes.
So, yeah, I guess we're just gonna hop right in. How long does the treatment typically take?
So typically from the minute you walk in till we're completely done, 2 hours.
2 hours. So here we go. We're gonna dive right in.
Yes.
Let's do it.
So before starting the procedure, I reviewed this instruction sheet and waiver, and it gave really specific instructions for how to care for my brows afterwards, which I loved. She left like no details out. Also, one thing that you guys should know is that Yvonne has done approximately 50,000 people's eyebrows. So she's got a lot of experience, and her salon is actually a med spa, so she works under the license of a doctor.
And the reason we do the entire forehead is because I just don't want any makeup getting on there while we're doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Here are the tools that she used. I thought that her spread was just like really pretty and really organized and satisfying.
We're gonna do the measurement in just 1 minute.
Cool.
How are you feeling, Nikki?
A little nervous, but less nervous than I was feeling before because you really are a very calming presence.
You do need a little bit of length too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you've seen my Instagram, right? Like
How you
I
pass
do.
along? Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like they're like a hybrid between like kind of bushy and full, but they're clean. Like.
All right, so this is probably my favorite thing about Yvonne's Instagram page is watching her measure out people's brows as she's like prepping to do the blading. I think that this is part of what makes her so good, and it's so cool to watch her just create the symmetry on the person's face with all these lines. This was actually what convinced Dan like to be pumped for me to get my brows microbladed. He was really on the fence, and then I showed him this. It all made sense, and he was like, oh, she knows what she's doing. This is awesome. And it's cool because the ink that she's using for the treatment is actually plant-based.
This brow here was way too far in this way. I brought it a little bit closer, but it's not going to be the square. This is just my guideline. So little tiny stroke is going to start off right here, just like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
It's not, you're not used to it. You think it's a little too close, but once we get started, you're going to be fine.
Awesome.
So it's going to be like,
Yes.
do you know what I mean? It's going to look more natural.
Yeah.
Put a little 2 on there too. Just to kind of soften up the 3 in case the 3 is a little too harsh for her. So it's going to feel like a scratch, okay?
Okay, so this is the pre, and then you're scratching, and then you're adding the nutmeg.
Exactly. Well, we're going to smudge the color first. Now you're going to feel like an intense, like, oof. Yeah, it is pretty, but like I said, in just a few minutes, it's going to feel like nothing. I'm sorry.
It's okay. My best.
Yeah.
That wasn't so bad.
So Nikki, I just wanted to be able to pronounce your last name right, is Philippi.
Yeah, you go. That is it. That's, nobody ever says that right.
So yeah, then she pretty much just went 1 stroke at a time over my brows. Like we mentioned, I did not have any lidocaine on my brows at this point because I guess they've discovered as microblading has just been done longer and longer that if you do the first pass without a numbing cream, the color actually sits better. Apparently, if you numb your brows first, it causes the color to kind of splay out. So this makes it so that the strokes look more natural, like actual hairbrush strokes. So it was painful. It wasn't like I didn't feel anything, but it also wasn't the most excruciating pain in the world. Like, it's totally doable. And also I find this really satisfying too, seeing her draw the strokes up close. Man, she just did such a great job. So yeah, first round, no lidocaine, just the color.
Now we're just gonna smudge all this. It's gonna feel warm. It's gonna sting just a tiny bit, but it's all good because after this, after 10 minutes, so you have 10-minute break.
Okay.
We just have to allow this to settle into the fine strokes I just created. I'm gonna take it off, put lidocaine.
So after that first round, she wiped the ink off of my brows and then went back in to just check what she felt like she needed to go over again. Oh, and this is the point where she added the lidocaine, the numbing cream, to my brows.
Is that so much better?
It's so much better.
All we're doing is we're just enhancing and filling in the sparse areas and then just making them a little bit more symmetrical. Using your pinky finger and your index finger and your thumb to get that perfect stroke. So it may not appear that I'm stretching the skin, but I'm actually using a lot of pressure to do so. It's not real hair. This is all art. So this is just creating hair-like strokes to mimic real hair. She is brave.
To be getting my brows microbladed.
Now everything's a little bit blurry for me because obviously I was getting the blading done, but I believe she actually wiped the ink off and went back in for round 3. So here she is going over my brows again, and
So more like we had to go through Cincinnati, Louisville.
So we're gonna do a slight reveal. Let's make you look.
Bowling.
Like really over the top.
Memphis.
So you said some of the common questions, the one about hair growth.
Because people are like, well, does it get rid of your natural hair? Absolutely not. It stimulates, because what we're doing by little superficial cuts like that, what we're doing is we're creating blood and it's nourishing the hair follicle, kind of like the before. Okay, and then now we're gonna do the reveal.
Yes. Brows.
They look thicker.
You look good.
They're filled in.
Yes, look at that arch, girl.
I know. I'm like,
That left brow never had such a good day in its life.
It did. Wow.
all right guys, so it has been officially 3 weeks, technically 3 weeks and 1 day, since my microblading appointment. So it's early. Dan and I are actually on our way to a medical appointment for the adoption, but I wanted to get this clip of what my brows look like now that they have, I mean, what I would consider fully healed. Guys, I literally love them. I feel like this is so not a flattering shot of me right now, but I want you to see up close what's going on. I love them. I think that she did such an incredible job of keeping my shape. I think they look natural. They lightened up a ton. They were very dark in the healing process, just like she said in the little paper that she gave me. That was pretty much exactly the process that I went through. But now that all is said and done, I'm obsessed with them. I love them so much, and I really highly recommend not only microblading in general, but specifically Yvonne. Yvonne, if you're watching this, you killed it. I was so nervous about getting my brows microbladed. I was so nervous that they were going to turn out just not how I wanted them, and I love them. I mean, I liked my brows before, and I love them now. So that's it. I'll have all of Yvonne's information linked down in the info box down below. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, And that's it. Okay.